Jose Young's here with MMA Fighting, speaking with Cris Cyborg at the UFC 240 Media Day, ahead of her fight against Felicia Spencer. First time in Canada, fighting in Canada, correct?
Yes, first time. I went here a couple years ago for the seminar, but to fight first time.
How have the fans, you didn't do a workout yesterday, you went into the crowd with the fans. Were you expecting that type of reception? Because in America, we always see Canadian fans being very much into the fighters. Famously, George St. Pierre has been one of the most famous fighters, and they really loved him. How have the fans been treating you this week?
You know, about the fans, I'm very blessed. You know, I have Cyber Nation fans everywhere in the world, and yesterday I did something different. You know, I just want to give the love back, what they give to me all the time. And I have friends from Canada, Sarah Kaufman is the fighter from here, and I was watching him and before when he's fighting, and the people is very loyal to here. Yeah. You know, it's very nice, and I just be thankful to be here fighting. I'm very excited. I have the opportunity to run outside, and the people drive a car. What? It's Cris Cyborg, and then stop, take picture. Just to thank you.
So in this whole week, it seems like you're very much into positive energy and surrounding yourself with this. Has it been annoying that we in the media always have to bring up Amanda, Dana, what's next, and has it been difficult to focus on Felicia with all of these questions coming towards you?
You know, I get focused on her training. You know, I always focus on the first step I can have. You know, I think first step now it's a fight Felicia Saturday, and after that we can think about everything. You know, and no distraction. You know, I have my mindset, and that's it. I have to fight Saturday, and after that, you know, figure out what I'm gonna do.
Well, following your career, it seemed for years it was always, when is Cyborg going to get into the UFC? When you were in Strikeforce, when you were in Invicta. Looking back, was life maybe simpler back then? Maybe there's a lot more pressure, maybe eyeballs, dealing with stuff you weren't prepared for. Was life simpler when you were the Invicta champ rather than now that you're in the UFC?
You know, before, okay, long-time champion, after I vacated my belt, fight 140 UFC, was no champion there, and fight, I think it's life a lot of challenge, you know, and I just thankful, you know, for having the opportunity, and I have the opportunity to fight 140 UFC, I have the opportunity to be the champion, I have the opportunity to fight again Saturday, you know, I just feel very blessed and excited.
And you fought in Invicta under Shannon Knapp. You fought for Scott Coker in Strikeforce. You fought for Dana White in the UFC currently. Now, I'm not asking you to compare them all, but what's it like dealing with all of these promoters? Like Invicta, biggest female promotion. Strikeforce at the time had a huge roster. UFC is the biggest fight promotion in the world. What's it like dealing with all of these promoters over the years?
You know, everyone's very different, you know, but everyone the most important, it's not just the promoter, it's the fans. You know, like I think the fans make the fighter, and then they make me be UFC. You know, then follow me. Then I was Strikeforce champion, Elite XC. You know, I think it started everything after Elite XC in Brazil when I fought Storm. You know, I think the fans make the fighter. You know, and I think it doesn't matter the promoter. You know, if the fans want you, the promoter had to say yes. You have to you have to stay with her, or no, or I won't stay with her because the fans, you know, and then just the fans guide what a fighter want to be.
Well, I think this is a good segue. Say a fan isn't familiar with you as a fighter and they want to learn more about you. What one fight, looking back on your career, would you tell them to watch? Say they don't know anything about you, and they say, which Cris Cyborg fight should I watch? Which one would you tell them to look back on?
You know, maybe my first fight in America, Shayna Baszler. I was fighting 140. I was 2 years. I was not fight because I don't find opponent. And that the opportunity I had, you know, they say, Cris, I have fight for you. And then I just came and fight.
So looking back, that's maybe the most important one of your fondest memory, because first American fight, you finally got.
It's not just the most important, but when I came, I didn't know English. And then he free talk to me. I said, what? Yeah. It's funny because I was thinking I win the fight. I jumped to the cage and then I started, okay, I win. And then I look at him and say, no. And then I come back, fight again. You know, but this happened before in my career, and they just coming back again. You know, it's just funny how's the things works. And when after the first fight and the follow basic, just growing, and making me be UFC one day.
How important is it for Brazilian or any international fighters to learn English? I mean, I've spoken with Jose Aldo before, and he says he thinks it's important, but it's not absolutely important. And on the other side, I've spoken to Diego Lima Douglas Lima in Bellator, and he says it's very important. Is it important to learn English in the UFC?
You know, if you want your fans know a little bit about you, you have to learn English, because a lot of places in the world they speak English. You know, it's the first language. You know, I love Brazil. I speak Portuguese. I love Brazil. This is my country where I come from. But because it's not just about Brazil, it's about everybody following you. You know, and I just very thankful my fans, because the most important thing, they follow me around. I went to Elite XC, then follow me to Strike Force, then follow me to Invicta, then follow me to UFC. Now where is going to be next one for them follow me?
Right. And you are facing Felicia Spencer at UFC 240. What do you make of her last fight? She's only had one fight in the UFC. It was relatively quick. There's not a lot of tape on her, even in the Invicta. Are you a fighter that watches tape, and what do you think of her skills inside the octagon?
You know, I always think about my skills, you know, what am I going to do the fight, you know, I just feel great to add it to Saturday.
Have you had any run-ins with her in the hotels? I think I saw a video, maybe you kind of bumped into each other in the hotel, maybe eating lunch or dinner, breakfast or something like that?
I just eat breakfast, that's it.
Well, thank you so much and good luck
Welcome.
on Saturday. Thank you.